Hello, welcome to Luck School. We continue our 31-day challenge to see if we can become just a tiny bit luckier using the science of luck and following the principles from a book called The Luck Factor, which you might have seen around. There you go, you can see it properly. And today we're going to do a fun experiment, actually. So I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. But what I'm going to do is we're going to start today's session with a selective attention test, which takes 2 minutes. I don't know if you've seen this before. Hopefully you haven't. If you have, then be quiet and tell the others that are watching. And hopefully the audio and everything works. But this is the selective attention test. Follow the instructions in the video. It's about counting the number of basketball passes made by the people in white. Let's see how well you do. Here comes the test.
This is a test of selective attention. Count how many times the players wearing white pass the basketball. How many passes did you count? The correct answer is 15 passes. But did you see the gorilla? This video is from research by Daniel Simons and Christopher Chabris and is copyrighted.
So that was the video. Did you, first of all, have you ever done that exercise before? If so, then you probably knew about the gorilla. If you've not done it before and did it for the first time, did you manage to see the gorilla when you were counting the number of passes with the white people in the white tops were doing? They found in their research when they first did it, about 50% of people didn't actually see the gorilla that came in the middle and started dancing in the video. And it's become a famous experiment. In fact, it's become one of the most famous experiments in psychology, interestingly. They talk about it at the beginning of many kind of books on psychology. They talk about it in departments. It's in a lot of museums around the world, the phenomenon of the invisible gorilla. They've even written a book about it. And they were really shocked. They did this as just one of their experiments. But suddenly this became world famous. And they started to spot this in other places too. But what they found, which is an interesting thing, is they did a similar experiment with when they were researching luck. What they did is they got a newspaper and they told people to count the number of photographs in the newspaper. And if they count the number of photographs in the newspaper within a short number of times, then they would win a prize. But when people started counting on the third page or something, huge writing, and it said, there are 43 photographs in this newspaper. And a lot of people didn't notice it. But the people that were lucky, that tended to be luckier in their lives, they tended to notice it. And the author's conclusion is that when people are a bit more relaxed, their attention is more broad and they're more likely to notice opportunities. So those people who saw the sign saying, there's 43, tell the researcher and you win the prize, they said, yes, there's 43 photographs in here. But when you get too focused, when you get too fixated, I think, on a goal, your attention can become narrow, especially if your stress response turns on. In fact, part of your stress response is to do with narrowing your focus. Your pupils dilate, the pupils in your eyes, they dilate to bring in more light when your stress response is on. But your attention becomes very kind of centered and focused. And I remember when I was younger, I used to read these books about how the police drivers, they do their training for driving, when they're driving very fast. And one of the things they need to teach them is to keep their attention broad. If they get too excited and too stressed out when they're chasing someone, then attention becomes narrow and they don't notice when people are kind of crossing the road right in front of them and that could step in front of them because their attention is narrowed. So all the stuff that I'm teaching about mindfulness and meditation actually really helps to increase your luck. This is one of the things that is nice about mindfulness, yoga, tai chi, qigong, or any other kind of relaxation activities that you do, or activities to be present and to let go, because it helps to broaden your attention. When you're feeling in positive states like happiness as well, your attention broadens. They say it's a broaden and build theory, and your attention broadens, and you're more likely to notice chance opportunities. So today's practice is a simple one, which is simply to take a few moments, whether it's a minute or two, could be less, could be more, where you actually practice some sort of exercise or technique to relax your attention, to open your attention. And if you're interested in this concept of the invisible gorilla, then you can Google that as well and find out a little bit more about that. The way our attention can become very narrow and we can miss the most obvious things, and how mindfulness can potentially help with that. So that's all I wanted to share today. I hope you enjoyed it. Good to see you here, Pip Ale, who says that he didn't see it the first time when we did the experiment with the gorilla. So it's a fun video. See if you can find it out. I think they call it the selective attention test. Or if you type invisible gorilla, you should be able to find the video too. All right. Well, good luck with that. I look forward to seeing you. We finished our first week of Luck School. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I'll put all the videos together into a playlist. I think it's called Luck School or Shamash Luck School. If you look on my YouTube channel, you'll be able to find them all. We've got an event coming up at the end of this year, the Mindful New Year Experience, I think we're calling it. So look out for that. We'll be starting in the morning or in the noon, and we'll have a different speaker every 15 minutes or half an hour. Lots of guided meditations, some fun stuff as well, like laughter yoga, and you'll become part of that community when you kind of join in as well. And you'll be able to view it. It'll be a Zoom webinar, so you can kind of watch it. You don't have to participate physically or with your camera unless you really, really want to. And also looking for contributors. So if you're a mindfulness teacher or someone who you think could contribute to the Mindful New Year experience, then send me a message and maybe we can get involved too. All right. See you soon. Bye for now.